What other minor nuisance can top wearing wet socks? When you're lying in bed and one of your nostrils whistles when you breathe, you should whistle a tune. As soon as you get good eye it stops. Biting your tongue or the inside of your cheeks. And whenever you do it for the first time, it's like your teeth suddenly act like homing missiles for that spot and chomp down on it again and again. I got all 4 wisdom teeth removed for exactly this reason. After about 2 months I had all I could take. I wish I had the luxury of being able to afford to pay dentists to just strip teeth out of my head that I don't get along with. Wings of sanitary towels sticking to your inner thigh/pubes. Or those that leave traces of glue on your underwear. So annoying. I swear Always has changed their glue formula because it never used to leave traces before. This has been happening recently to me too. I get so annoying. This may be classified as a major nuisance. IDK. But not being able to breathe through one nostril is pretty horrible. Being slightly sick is pretty shitty as well. Not enough that you can stay home but just enough to be a putter. I feel like shit, but not shit enough that I wanna call the day off because I want to still have sick days available when this gets worse. Because it will. I've had that exact conversation a few times. Why did you come in today? Because tomorrow will be worse. Apostrophe. A pimple on the inside of your nose. In the corner of your cheek and nostril. You can feel that guy well before it even starts to turn red. I absolutely loathe my existence when this happens. You know it's coming. But it's not there yet. And even when it is there it's a bitch to get rid of. Having an eyelash stuck to your eyeball. Long eyelashes may look pretty, but they hurt like hell. Source, am a boy with long eyelashes. Same. A fitted sheet that won't stay the duck on. You had one job. Also a sock that won't stay on. Same principle. Trying to fold a fitted sheet. I once stepped on a slug with bare feet. That feeling isn't one that easily goes away. I stepped on a dead mouse in my basement, barefoot once. I will never forget that feeling. Dead mouse. I will never forget. Dead more 5. I remember FTFI. I once found my kids playing outside with a dead and quite decayed vole. I could smell that thing for weeks. WTF kids. Sounds straight out of a horror movie. Getting stabbed in the boob by your bra at the start of your day. I had this happen right in the middle of a meeting full of men at work. I was sitting there and snap. I winced a little. Everyone looked at me and I had to go on like I hadn't just been betrayed by one of my most expensive friends. Twice in my life I've had to run to a store near my office during a break to buy a bra in an emergency because the ducking wire snapped and every time I breathed it pinched the bottom of my boob. And that was like a store marketed 14s to their maximum size was 36C. I'm a 38D. So joy. Much fun. So I have like 2 36C bras in my drawer that have both been worn exactly once. Because you gotta do what you freaking gotta do. If you have a car, put an older, no longer favorite bra in glove box or emergency kit. When your shoes pull down your sock, so they slip inside the shoes, and then trying to pull it up, but failing to keep it out of your shoes, and dying a bit every moment for the rest of day. And when the soles of the shoe move around, and you need to take of the entire shoe to fix it, even though it's still uncomfortable, after you put the shoes back on. Yeah, I hate that. Accidentally breaking your hair ties. You're tying your hair back, especially if it's the only one on you at moment. Or when it's the only one you have on you, and you're out in public and you have that horrible ridge in your hair because you had your hair up all day before that. I have really thick hair so this happens way too often. Sleeves that refuse to stay rolled up when you're washing the dishes and then get wet. Advocate topless housekeeping. As a guy, I do dishes all the time without a shirt. And when you spill nasty soapy water on her stomach, just makes me wanna cry. Mosquito bites on your back, just out of reach, between your goddamn fingers, so something's always irritating it. Realizing you forgot to put on deodorant while already out and about. I hate this with my life. Me too. So paranoid for the rest of the day, which probably makes me sweat even more. I hate when I have to hug someone for whatever the reason. I get so embarrassed I feel like I could just fly to the sun and die. This just reminded me of that one time in high school when I forgot to put on deodorant and my crush asked for a hug. So I just gave him a quick hug and tried to retreat, but he followed me saying, "You call that a hug?" and demanded another one. The whole time I was just waiting for him to notice and say something about it. When a sandwich has something spilled on it, wet bread can make you gag. Or oil and vinegar. Yum. Wait. You guys all put gasoline in your sandwiches, right? Long hair plus wine plus lip gloss. And if you wear glasses, the lip gloss covered hair flies to them and gets them greasy. Oh lord, yes that. That one piece of food stuck in your teeth for the remainder of the day. Pulled pork / chicken and roast always do that crap to me. Also popcorn gets stuck in my teeth easily, so I don't eat it because it's not worth it. The second one kills me because I absolutely love popcorn and always wind up with a kernel shell or two stuck in my teeth afterward. I found a bit of shell after days of brushing and flossing. It's like it hides in my gums and eventually decides to come out. That actually happened to me recently. Had a bad pain in the gum line between two teeth, but no amount of brushing and flossing seemed to help. The tooth felt mildly loose and it hurt to chew with it. I was quite worried about it. And then one day I just feel and see a bit of shell there and scrape it out. Voila. No more pain. Teeth and gums feel perfectly normal. Getting your sleeves wet when washing your hands. How about getting your pants wet at the sink so it looks and feels like you pissed yourself a little? Mine is worse. When you have a store-bought dish soap or hand wash bottle with a pump that's a bit too strong. You pump it into your hand, only for it to jet across the sink onto your trouser leg. If you leave it there, it's slippery and feels gross. If you try to wash it out gently, it foams up and looks like jizz. I did this once but it shot into me duck in eye and almost killed me. r/found Theskutzman. Being told to do a chore right as you were about to do it. It's even worse being told something needs to be done as you are doing it or already did it. Yes, I know it's hard to look up from your phone to pay attention to the chores I have been doing for the last hour, but that's a good way to guarantee I'm done cleaning for the day. A colleague at work has an awful habit of doing just this. You can be there, tools in hand, doing the job, and he'll point out that something needs to be done. The worst part is that I genuinely believe that sometimes he doesn't even seem to notice that the work is being done. A boss I had once walked in on me was dumping out a mop bucket. She stood there watching me rinse the bucket, add the cleaning agent, and reach for the faucet. Then she said, "Make sure you mop with clean water." I made direct eye contact with her the entire time the water was pouring. I asked, "Clean water like this?" She congratulated me on doing such a good job. Shower curtain sticking to you in the shower. I hate that crap too. Some of them have the little magnets at the bottom, but they don't seem to do crap. I'm guessing that tubs have metal under there but either not enough or they're using the same shitty magnets that go on fridges that hit the floor each time you shut the door. I don't think they're actual magnets, just weights to hold the curtain down. Wanting to make a sandwich and seeing there's only one piece of sliced bread left. Intra-family wars have begun for lesser crimes. Also, when you're making more than one sandwich at a time and can't remember which side of the bread you designated as the insides of the sandwich halfway through. Take 2 slices at a time. Then set it so the top of the bottom one mirrors the top of the top slice. Going to the store and thinking I don't need such and such until you get home and realize you were wrong. That moment when you're just out of the store and you realize you forgot the one thing you meant to get. That moment when you go to the store planning to only buy a couple things and you end up spending $300. Oh, you shop at Costco too? A piece of hair in your mouth. A piece of hair in your mouth when you're bald. r/cassette comment. Getting water stuck in your ears. Twist a tissue into a soft point. Then as soon as it touches the droplet, it absorbs. Also, it's not rigid, so won't puncture your eardrum if you duck up. It sounds ridiculous, but tilt your head to the side of the waterlogged deer and hop up and down while shaking your head with it. Works every time for me. Don't forget to chant the magic incantation while doing this. Aqua Expulso. An item that you just hand in your hands that somehow managed to completely disappear, only to realize it's still in your hand. The tag on the collar of your shirt. I cut all the tags out of my clothes as soon as I bring them home from the store. Only problem is, when it's an item I need to replace, I forget what size it was. I rip them off. I leave them until they start bothering me. As soon as they start itching, I reach back and rip the little ducker out. Pouring a bowl of cereal to find that there's no milk. Pouring a bowl of milk to find out there's no cereal. Slow buffering speeds when streaming online videos. Clicking restart instead of shut off. Yes, it's just one of those please just kill me moments. Trying to put on or take off wet jeans. Putting on a cold, wet swimsuit. This reminds me of my childhood. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.